Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Espanyol and Barcelona. Of course this is going to be a tough match. Yes, we do understand that Espanyol has not had the best season in this season, but this is going to be at the end of the day a derby match where Barcelona is going to have to deliver the 3 points. Now, understanding that Espanyol is going to try to bring their best against Barcelona, we in the end are going to give this team a very hard time, and we continue to give this team a very hard time. Like, for example, 1.5 years ago, Barcelona sent Espanyol to the second division. We have already beaten Espanyol in this season at the Camp Nou, which ended 1-0. But now that we are in this position, seeing how Espanyol are playing and how Barcelona have been playing, we're going to be playing away. We do not know how Espanyol is going to be approaching this team. I do not know if it's going to go into a dirty match or a very intense match. Is Espanyol going to finally play their own football against Barcelona? It should be a very interesting game because we just do not know how this team is going to approach Barcelona. The only thing that we do have to focus on when it comes to our own players is to focus playing our own game. And there's a reason why I am emphasizing why Barcelona should be playing their own game, and I'm going to be explaining because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Real Madrid earlier today, they tied against Villarreal 0-0. And so we are closing that margin with the first place team, which is again Real Madrid. And what's so interesting about this whole table is Barcelona right now, they have 2 games less than Real Madrid. And so if we win these next 2 games, assuming that also Real Betis win their next game, if everything does go according to plan, we get our 6 total points from the 2 games that we are missing. We're going to be 1 point on top of Real Betis, 6 points behind Sevilla, and 10 points behind Real Madrid. So if we do end up in this position in the future within these next 2 or 3 weeks, there is going to be pressure. Like, the pressure is going to be starting. Like, if Barcelona managed to do this, there is going to be a chance where we could possibly, right, maybe and hopefully get into second place. And so the turnaround that Xavi Hernandez is having and what could happen in the future, it is amazing. It is something that we did not expect to see, because not too long ago, about 2 or 3 months ago, we were discussing on how we need to make it to top 4, maybe make it 4th or 5th. Could we even make it to the top 3? But now we're over here having a discussion of potentially going into second place and putting pressure on Sevilla and Real Madrid. And this is the reason why, again, I am emphasizing on Barcelona playing their own football, because we need to be very careful on how we do play. We need to play well tomorrow, dominate the ball, and play clean, because right now the one player that does have 4 yellow cards, it is Jordi Alba. And if Jordi Alba does miss that next game and he gets the next yellow card against Espanyol and he ends up not playing in the match against Valencia, then Barcelona is going to be in massive trouble, because now we're going to be missing Dani Alves and Jordi Alba, and we do not want to drop not a single point. But overall, the sensations and the feeling right now within this club and these players, it is extremely positive. Now, to give you guys some updates regarding some of these players on who's going to feature and who will not feature, let's first start with Eric Garcia, because Eric Garcia has been doing very well in the past few days. Everything does indicate that he is going to be fit for the match against Espanyol. We do not know if he's going to be getting a starting spot, but this is going to be a center back that we have been missing, because in order for Barcelona to have a very solid first phase of the attack, Eric Garcia is needed. Like, his progressiveness with the ball, his ability to distribute the ball moving forward, it only brings Barcelona to a different level, and we need someone like Eric Garcia in this version of Barcelona, and especially under Xavi Hernandez. And so hopefully we get to see Eric Garcia receive some minutes. As for Memphis Depay will not make it. He has not experienced any setbacks. It's just taking way longer than usual for him to recover to get 100% fit. So everything does indicate that we might actually see, right, we're going to go into a different topic within this video, but everything does indicate that we might actually see Dembele get the start tomorrow night. And that is something that many of us have been paying attention towards too. And so let's talk about that, right? Because yes, Dembele might actually start. The one player that has received so much criticism for not renewing with Barcelona on time. The one player where many have said this player here should not continue to play for the rest of the season and get that suspension that he does deserve. And this is also the exact same player where Mateo Lemán also said that he does not favor on Dembele and is also very disappointed that he did not renew. So many people have given their own criticism on Dembele not renewing on time earlier in January. But in the end, the club, Mateo Lemán, Joan Laporta, they have given the responsibility towards Xavi Hernandez and said, look, Dembele didn't renew. We tried everything. We're actually very furious about this whole situation, but we're going to give you this player and just give you the responsibility on whether you think that it would be a good idea to use Dembele for the rest of the season. But it does seem very likely though, like we could see Dembele start against Espanyol, because we have seen reports earlier today that states Xavi has in mind to give minutes to Dembele against Espanyol. This will be the first time he would be having minutes since the close of the winter transfer window, Dembele could show his commitment to help the team qualify for the Champions League. And then in the press conference that Xavi did have about 10 hours ago, this is what Xavi had to say about Dembele. I was planning to play Dembele in the second half against Atletico Madrid, but due to the circumstances of the red card, he did not participate. The player will definitely participate in the next game and will help us. So again, like I have said, everything does indicate, and Xavi has basically confirmed that we are going to see Dembele in a Barcelona shirt tomorrow night. And with Dembele being on the field, it is possible for us to bring a very strong front three, a front three that can deliver results. But let me ask you guys this: do you think that Dembele should play and be a important part of this team for the next 4 to 5 months? Because you guys already know my opinion. I'm that one person that does say, yes, Dembele is that player that can change the game for Barcelona. Yes, he is that good. And I've also said that he has changed as a player. Like, when was the last time he has received an injury? He is doing very well. The only thing that he is bringing is momentum. He continues to get better game by game. But I am also saying, which I know is a little contradicting, but I also do have another opinion where if Dembele does not renew and we know that he's not going to be a Barcelona player after this season is over, why would we want to play this player when we can focus on the other players like Adama Traoré, Abde, and develop these players so they can be extremely ready for the next season and become very dominant? But now let's focus on the predicted starting 11 and what could we see Xavi field tomorrow night. So here's going to be the starting 11 that we should expect to see. It is going to be Dembele on the left wing area, Ferran Torres as the striker, Adama Traoré as the right winger. As for our midfield, I do expect to see Xavi and Pedri as the interiors, and hopefully tomorrow night we get to see Frenkie de Jong as a central defensive midfielder for the first time. I know that it does seem very unlikely. I know that Xavi does really favor Sergio Busquets, but I would love to see Frenkie play in this position because of what he did against Atletico Madrid, and I'm going to be explaining what I do mean by that. And then as for the defensive line, Jordi Alba on the left, Gerard Piqué and Araujo as a center back duo, and then Serginho Dest on the right flank. And then as for the goalkeeper, of course, no other but Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I do believe that with a starting 11 like this, we do have the necessary width, of course, with Dest, Alba, Dembele, Traoré, even Ferran Torres, and we're also going to be having a midfield of Pedri, Xavi, and Frenkie, and maybe possibly Piqué even go in there and maintain the ball, maintain the possession, take away the ball from the opposition. Now when it comes to Frenkie, I want Frenkie to play in this position because of one thing. I want him to be available for the defense, to always pick up the ball from Araujo or Gerard Piqué, because again, we did see that against Atletico Madrid. He picked up the ball and then he progressed forward, and there is no other player that can do that better than him besides Eric Garcia. But Frenkie de Jong is someone that is extremely special. He can work in that area with Piqué and Araujo, with Serginho Dest and Alba going up front. Remember how we talked about how when Frenkie drops and forms a back three defensive line, it permits Jordi Alba to go forward and help the attacking side. The only thing that I am very worried about when it comes to Frenkie de Jong playing in this position is his positional awareness. Like, what happens when Barcelona lose the ball in the middle of the pitch? Sergio Busquets is a master at that when it comes to occupying those spaces during the opposition's counterattack. But Frenkie de Jong is going to have to be very well aware on how to defend those moments, and hopefully he does deliver. Hopefully we get to see him play in some way. Maybe not even start as a central defensive midfielder, but play in that area, and hopefully he does deliver to really convince Xavi that he does deserve a position in that spot. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.